All right, you are starting on your fourth unit, informational writing, which is always a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get started. Uh, Welcome letter gives you an idea of what it is that you're going to be focusing on for the month. This is not going to be any different than what you've read before. So take a look at it if you have not already. Your writing time is going to be very predictable. Again, your mini lessons, 10 minutes. Students are going to be writing, or you might be needing to still do some status of the class, but you probably don't. You might need it for some students. So make sure that you use it when necessary. Writing time about 20 minutes, and then sharing time about 10 minutes, and then your procedure check. Make sure that you're still doing your writing conferences, and how I handled the folders really seemed to help work for me. So that's all in that conferring file. So make sure that you take a look at that. And watch that video as well. So there's your materials. Our mentor texts are really just going to be informational texts. You probably have a million of them in your classroom. I really like National Geographic's. The kids' books have some great text features in there, so make sure you look for those. And then, of course, our modeled writing is something that we're going to want to continue to do. You will want to take several sentences and make sure that you have the who or what did what. So the who or what, it could be let's say we're writing about rocks. The rock glistens in the sun, or something along that. So it doesn't have to be a person or an animal. It could be a thing. That could be the who or what, and then what are they doing? So we're going to make sure that we have both of those, and we're going to want to model those on a continual basis. Remembering this writing time is really about composing a message and making sure that our messages are clear. The writing conventions, when we really hit that hard, obviously it's embedded in every single lesson we're doing during our writing time, during this writing time. But where we're really focusing on that is during our dictation time in our whole group lesson, in our core curriculum. So every day in your core curriculum, you should be dictating sentences. You should be dictating words for students to write. When you're doing dictation, their mind could be focusing on writing the words, not composing the message. Does that make sense? It's like different. So all of their energy is during that dictation time is about getting that sentence correct and spelling it correct. They're not having to think about what they want to say. And so that's what this time of the day is thinking about what they want to say, the message they want to give. But when we are doing the conventions during our whole group, those habits will start to flow into our writing lessons. So if you're noticing that your students are not writing complete sentences, or they're not starting with a capital letter, or they're not ending punctuation, take a look at what you're doing in your core curriculum. You probably need to make sure that you have dictation in those lessons every single day. Okay, onward. Make sure you have that modeled writing where you're showing students how you're working on generating those ideas and putting those ideas down on paper clearly. Time for you to swap out those writing goals. And again, you'll find those in the rubric pieces. Also the parent letters in there as well. Just as a reminder, those are still here. Continue them if you need it. Unit 4 is about midway through, so it would be a good time for you to grab a writing sample. So have students write, and then you can see where they are on that writing continuum. This is our unit. Again, 20 days for this particular unit. Nice, easy breezy. And then again, we're going to be working on topic generation. The way that I talked about it in the last unit, so I'm going to talk about it again. The way that I like to do this is I want to have lots of ideas. I don't want to be the idea person. I want them to be the idea person. So I'll say, I know a lot about different places. I used to live near St. Louis, so I knew about the St. Louis Zoo. I knew about the blah, blah, blah. Name all these, a couple things that Boys and girls, at this point, they're all all over the place. Like, I can't wait to share, right? My uncle. Turn to your partner and tell them about a place that you know a lot about. It could also just be, something in the local town. It doesn't have to be a big place far away. Remember, not everybody's experiences are going to be as vast as yours, obviously. I taught in a very small town where not very many people left the state. I remember bringing a friend of my son's to the airport to pick him up. My son was coming back from a trip, and I took him to meet him at the airport, his dad and my husband and his dad were coming back. So I said, "What, you want to come to the airport and we'll go to dinner?" "Sure." And he said, "I'd never been in an airport before." So I'm like, and this is a kid that was in high school. So not everybody's experience is the same as like our family or ours. So just keep that in mind. Know your classroom and know what kind of places that maybe they're familiar with. Have them turn to their partner, talk about that. Name people that they know a lot about. Might be sports stars. It could be movie stars. It could be Taylor Swift. It could be any of those things, right? Animals, things they know a lot about. So again, we're going to invite them to talk to their partner. We'll solicit those answers from their partner. We'll put it in a big chart. They'll go ahead and add it on there. Also, they're all about topics so that if they are stuck, they can always go in and look in their folder to find ideas. So that's how we're going to be gathering ideas. Remember, you're not the idea person. You don't want to be the idea person. We're also going to have some planning pages here. So, this is where we start to really make sure that we have enough that we can write about. And we're going to be talking about, this is like the beginning of that paragraph writing, right? What's the big idea? And then detail, detail, detail. So this is where that planning page is going to come into effect. You'll find those in your anchor chart files. So make sure that you check those out as well. What else do I want to tell you? We have some lead sentences. And then we're going to also be working on ways to end it well. Again, if we get stuck, we can go back to our all about topics. Remember, we have lessons 15, 16, 17, 18 to go back and do some reteaching. You may decide you need to do reteaching something from this particular unit, or maybe you need to do reteaching something from Unit 2, something from Unit 3. So make sure that you know that you can be flexible and go back and reteach a lesson if you need to from previous units. Maybe Unit 4 is, instead of 20 days, it's 21 days. Maybe you just need a little bit more time on that. So make sure you feel comfortable doing that. On day 19, they're going to select one piece to make better. All of their other pieces are going to be organized for you. Put the parent letter, send it home. They'll publish it. You will celebrate on day 20. They'll go ahead and take the piece that they just published, display it in the room. The piece that they had displayed in the room from Unit 3 is going to go in their writing portfolio, and then we carry on. So that completes Unit 4. Have a great time with it.